can't believe we're actually here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to North Wilkesboro Speedway, or should I say, welcome back. We are out here in the fan zone. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon. The All-Star Open doesn't begin for almost 4 more hours. But we are out here bright and early soaking up this North Carolina sun because there's lots to do before the All-Star race tonight. Of course, you can shop at the driver and team-specific merchandise haulers, or you can enjoy some of the major concerts. I think Dierks Bentley is up next.
Is there anybody out there who wants to shotgun a Colt?
Dierks Bentley putting on an awesome show. Space is very limited in this fan zone. It's basically one big main drag with merch haulers, sponsor activations. It's crowded, it's busy. The contrast of seeing a brand new Camaro ZL1 pace car next to what's now the ticket office. But look at this old signage. The building is like, the roof is like sloped. It's like starts high, goes down low. It's so crazy. This racetrack opened in 1947, a full year before NASCAR was founded. Originally, it opened as a dirt track. Eventually, they paved it. The NASCAR Cup Series, of course, quit racing here after 1996 with Jeff Gordon winning the final event. Or I should say what we thought was the final event. Now, 27 years later, fans are pouring into North Wilkesboro Speedway once again. Just a couple of years ago, this track was virtually abandoned. Remember, Dale Earnhardt Jr. led an effort to basically pull up all the old weeds, clean the facility up so that iRacing could come in and scan it, preserve the racetrack digitally. Fox then broadcast an iRacing event at North Wilkesboro Speedway to over 1 million TV viewers. Marcus Smith Speedway Motorsports then began to have serious conversations about bringing this racetrack back. Of course, they were given millions of dollars of federal funds that were allocated to them by the North Carolina state government. I mentioned Racetrack Revival. Last August is when they officially brought racing back to the facility. Dale Earnhardt Jr. participated in late model events. But now NASCAR returns to the old, worn-out North Wilkesboro pavement. Also, Tyson returns. They sponsored the truck race yesterday. I believe they sponsored that final NASCAR weekend in 1996. So cool that Tyson is back. Some things just never change. Without the support of Wilkes County residents, North Carolina race fans, there's no chance North Wilkesboro Speedway would be back. But it is. You all have yourselves to thank. Give yourselves a pat on the back. One of the rare weekends where the driver merch haulers are not nearly as popular as the official trackside souvenir merch haulers. They've sold out of a ton of stuff. This NASCAR 75th stuff has been going to every racetrack this year, but they've also got a ton of North Wilkesboro hats, t-shirts. But look at the crowd. This is a Chase Elliott crowd. Like seriously, this is no diss on the drivers, but the Hendrick haulers look like ghost towns compared to the North Wilkesboro haulers. Glad I was able to scoop up a hat yesterday. Oh, not this one actually, but I'm gonna show you where I got this hat. Kind of a surprise. The Winston Cup Series Museum has a little merch stand out here. Hats, t-shirts, check it out. They've got some Winston Cup era show cars out here on display. I have not been to the Winston Cup Series Museum. It's on my list. I wasn't able to make it out during my recent North Carolina trip. But this is a blast from the past, and it's rare that you see, Winston branding, Winston Cup branding at a NASCAR event these days, like officially. So, I don't know, kind of cool. This big crowd behind me, I believe, is in line to meet, I think Bobby Allison is over there. Donnie Allison might be there as well. It's a long, winding line of race fans. Oh, I didn't even see this. They have a Winston Cup Museum mobile display. I think I'm allowed to just walk in here. What do they got? Oh, wow, they've got a 1996 Terry Labonte Winston Cup Series Championship trophy. That's so cool. I love when they used to put, the driver's face on the trophy. That's old school. They've got a small Dale Earnhardt display showcasing, 7-time champion. Look at that old open face helmet. That's cool. Alan Kulwicki, winner of the 1992 Winston Cup Series Championship, that memorable finale. Helmets that were worn by Junior Johnson and Jeff Gordon. North Wilkesboro Speedway is officially part of the Moonshine and Motorsports Trail. They're actually sponsoring my boy Brennan Poole at Charlotte next week, but his Charlotte race car, as well as the Moonshine and Motorsports folks, are actually here this weekend, and we're doing a little meetup over at their display. So I gotta get over there and check that out. Hope to see some fans. Oh yeah, this looks good. I love the kind of teal blue number 6, always some of my favorite colors. This is pretty sweet, look at that. Just wrapped up at the Moonshine and Motorsports tent. Hopefully we have some photos I can show right here, because my hands were busy handing out stickers, talking to fans. But good to see so many of y'all out here in Wilkes County. That's crazy. Now we're joining the herd. Gonna head into the racetrack because the All-Star Open is only about an hour or so away. Ticket has been scanned. We're on our way in. Oh yeah, we are in. Side note, I love that they're doing hard, sort of like souvenir, card stock tickets. That's a nice throwback that not many sports events or venues seem to do these days. Parked out here behind turn 1, they have one of Dale Earnhardt's year 2000 Chevy Monte Carlos just in front of the back of the suites. I think Dale Earnhardt finished 2nd in that 1996 North Wilkesboro race. I love this. I love that they kept this old, worn out facade seemingly fully intact. The past, decade or so of seeing, abandoned, rundown photos of North Wilkesboro, this was always kind of the postcard, it's the first thing you saw, it's what you think of. So I'm glad it's still here. It reminds everyone that this is a relic of the past that's been brought back into the present. We've got the official or unofficial North Wilkesboro Speedway mascots, Hooch and Honey. Race day, awesome. Getting kind of hungry, gonna need a snack, but first I want to show you guys the racetrack. The same asphalt that ran in 1996, still here. Check it out. We're standing in turn 4, looking down towards the front straightaway. Look at the front stretch grandstands. All these gray metal chairs, metal seats. There we go. Ooh, a little toasty. Been sitting in the sun baking for a while now, but yeah. It's so interesting to compare the old with some of the more newer structures and details. Like for example, they didn't have safer barrier walls in the 90s, so they added those recently as part of the racetrack revival to get the NASCAR Cup Series back in action. Maybe I'm just out of shape, but the front stretch is like slanted, like turn 4 is elevated higher than turn 1, so trying to walk up these stairs, it's like I'm a little wobbly. I don't know why. Wanted to take a peek at some of the concession prices and options. Your basic stuff, cheeseburger, nachos, Coke. $5 for a beer. Not terrible, certainly not for a major sporting event. Just wanted to give y'all a little idea. We're about an hour away from the All-Star Open, and I'm looking out over gate 1, the main entrance. Fans are lining up to get some snacks, taking photos, trying to find some shade. Grab me some hot dogs, sitting in the shade. Could enjoy a quick early dinner. It's pretty good. It's no Martinsville hot dog, but it'll work. Lots of congestion as we try to make our way towards our seats in turns 1 and 2. It's packed. They've got some old cars making some parade laps right here. I'm not sure the significance behind each of these. I know these front 2 were both cars that are actually used to run Moonshine. But like is that like a Christopher Bell or John Hunter Nemechek truck? There's a modified Wrangler number 3. You don't know what you're gonna see. Underneath the Benny Parsons grandstands here in turns 1 and 2, a good number of fans getting out of the sun, enjoying some shade. Got my seats in section I, marching our way up to the top. About 15 minutes away from driver introductions for the All-Star Open. The place starting to fill in. We got a nice top row seat here in the center of turns 1 and 2. Gonna be a good view. There's really no such thing as a bad view here. Actually, that's not true. I did sit in a seat over on the exit of turn 4. You couldn't see anything. It was like row 1, it was like row -1. Other than that, no bad seat in the house. All-Star Open just wrapped up. A little teaser, a little appetizer until the main event here in about an hour and a half. The crowd here, I don't know if they showed on TV. They were very much Michael McDowell fans, hoping he would pull something out of his hat to keep Todd Gibbs from transfers. But good race. Excited for tonight. Sun is beginning to set. Gonna try and find another snack. Gonna be harder to get a hot dog now. It is peak dinner time. Wanted to get away from the loud thumping DJ music for a moment. Behind turn 1 here, I'm starting to lose my orientation. This is the spotter stand. I'm looking like straight up. This is where the spotters have been standing. I know there've been some complaints about visibility. You know, it's obviously a little rickety. But yeah, this is where it is. While I have a moment, while the sun is setting and that golden hour is making my skin look good, let's talk North Wilkesboro for a moment. Just quick, in-the-moment thoughts. I think they did a bang-up job here. Sure, there are some parts of this facility that certainly feel dated. A lot of dirt roads, grassy hills, awkward footing, long walks, kind of uncomfortable bleacher seats, those metal chairs along the front stretch. Like, I've sat in worse. I've definitely seen worse in college football or even some NASCAR tracks and other stadiums. But, you know, things that could still be worked on. But considering where this track was, and I've talked to a lot of locals, folks who came here in the 90s, folks who came here last year for a racetrack revival, who say that what they've done here, what SMI, the whole team at North Wilkesboro Speedway, what they've done here in a fairly short amount of time is Herculean. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure what the future of this track holds. There's, you know, rumblings that it could get a points race in the future. Maybe they return for another All-Star weekend next year. But everything I've seen so far, the amount they've invested in this place, the morale, the fan support from the local fans and just NASCAR fans abroad, and when I say abroad, I mean just like are all around the United States. I've met people from California, Canada, New York. I'm obviously here from Texas. Folks traveling to this race, locals traveling to this race. The support is there. I hope they're able to keep this place around, make some tweaks, some upgrades here and there, but maintain that classic, vintage, quintessential NASCAR short track feel. The real question will be when, not if, they repave this place, because that will cause it to lose some charm, but maybe they can do something to create new charm. Don't turn it into a super speedway though. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think I spent too much time walking around talking to people. Not sure I'll have time to get food, but maybe I can get something to drink. I think they just started driver intros. Yeah, look at the smoke. Whoa. All right, yeah, I can't see. It's rare that I'm not tall enough to see something. Back in our seats, the sun has almost set, and boy, the temperature a lot more comfortable out here now. Got beach balls in the stands. It's gonna be a heck of a caution if they get over the fence. Cars on track.